The 3DuxDesign STEM Starter Challenges make it easy to bring hands-on STEM design into your classroom with quick, low-prep building challenges that fit into a single class period. Students work in teams to design, build, test, and share creative solutions while practicing engineering, problem-solving, and collaboration. The first of the 4 theme sets, Monster Mountain, is a playful design challenge that taps into students' endless creativity and their natural love for monsters and other fictional characters. In this activity, teams invent their own monsters and then work together to design and build a playground just for them. Along the way, students get a quick introduction to simple machines as they create moving playground features using things like levers, linkages, and pulleys. To run this challenge, you will need the cardboard shapes and connectors from your GoBox Classroom kit, plus either the materials from your Machine Maker kit or other similar simple craft materials to allow the students to build these simple machines. Additional helpful materials would be scrap paper, scissors, pencils, and markers, as well as optional printed connector and simple machine sheet guides, which you will find on the website. In this short tutorial, we'll walk you through the activity setup, suggested timing, and a few tips to help your students design, build, and bring their Monster Mountain playgrounds to life. This playful and highly engaging activity can also set the stage for deeper cross-curricular learning. At the end of this tutorial, we'll share a few ideas for extending this project into other subject areas. These extensions can be done in your own classroom or in collaboration with other teachers and offer a fun, slightly monstrous way to build additional academic skills across literacy, math, science, and technology. Step 1 is monster making. You can start by dividing students into teams of 3 or 4. Give each team 1 sheet of cardboard shapes, or about 20 loose shapes, along with a small assortment of the connectors. Their task is to design, build, and decorate their own monsters. Let students know that they have about 10 minutes for this step, and the goal is to get creative, but there are 2 important engineering constraints. First, the monster must be smaller than an open hand. And second, the monster must be able to stand upright on its own without help. These simple constraints encourage students to think about structure, balance, and stability while giving them plenty of freedom to invent unique and imaginative creatures. Once monster making is complete, we are ready for step 2, the playground construction. Give each team 1 Monster Mountain challenge card and have them keep it face down until everyone is ready. When all of the teams have their cards, go ahead and read the script on the mission guide card and allow students to flip over their cards, read the specifics of their mission, and begin construction. You can allow approximately 20 minutes for the teams to construct their builds. Depending on your students' experience, you may wish to distribute the optional connector and cardboard shape guides or the simple machine making guide sheets to help support their designs. You'll also find drafting sheets and a script sheet that's available to print if you like. Read the mission aloud from the guide card so that the whole class understands the challenge, and then give teams about 20 minutes to design and construct their monster playground using the materials provided. Encourage the students to work together to test ideas and start incorporating simple machines like levers, linkages, or pulleys into their builds based on their specific challenge. Offer students a 5-minute warning, and at the end of the 20-minute build, allow each team time for a 1 to 2 minute presentation to share and describe their designs. If time allows, teams can be encouraged to test out and explore each other's builds, and at the end of class, the structures may either be left up for display or dismantled and returned to the storage containers. Next, we'll explore some ideas for extending this challenge into deeper cross-curricular learning experiences. These optional extensions can help connect the build to subjects like literacy, math, science, and technology, and even civics, while giving students great new ways to explore their monster playground designs. We'll start by talking about life science extension ideas. In the case of a life science extension, you might harness the power of your students' creative monster designs and tie it to animal morphology and possible clues as to their behavior in nature and their habitats. For example, the first character has long arms and short legs, suggesting it might live in a jungle and navigate by swinging from tree to tree rather than by running along the ground. It also has big ears, so perhaps this monster hears its prey or potential predators. And lastly, we notice that the animal has large eyes, so that might suggest it's nocturnal. Another way to extend into life science and add some engineering might be to have your students build their physical enclosure with everything their creature needs to survive. To add a playful literacy extension, consider creating a monster museum or zoo or nature preserve for students to exhibit their monster and create a one-page description of their monster for the visitors. If you'd like to extend into math, use our Duxit ruler and graph paper and have your students calculate the area of all of the structures of their monster mountain build and calculate the cost to build it. You can extend literacy and include technology in a number of really neat creative ways. Apps like Chatterpix, green screen, stop motion, doing a PowerPoint presentation, Book Creator, Canva for an advertisement. There's numerous ways that you can extend with literacy and tech. For this particular example, we used green screen, Chatterpix, and iMovie to create a short video about a different project.
Legend has it that on Groundhog Day, I will emerge from my burrow, and if I see my own shadow, that means there will be 6 more weeks of winter, and I'll go back to sleep for a bit.
Consider each team of students describing their Monster Mountain structure, and then using Book Creator to create a guidebook for visitors so that they can easily navigate Monster Mountain Park. Another really fun tech extension might be to have your students use stop motion and create a short video describing their Monster Mountain feature in a video format. And lastly, depending on the materials that you have available, if you have the 3DuxDesign GoBox Pro kit or the Renewable Energy kit, you can also incorporate some electrical components into Monster Mountain, making it light up at night or adding some wind and solar power for a renewable energy feature. However you choose to use the 3DuxDesign STEM Starter Challenges, you and your students are in for a highly engaging, playful, and low-prep STEM challenge that'll be perfect for the classroom, STEM lab, or even as a team STEM night challenge that the whole family can enjoy.